Ladies and gents, strap in because the political circus is in full swing. We've got an ex-PM going nuclear, literally, a current PM taking on Trump with a fizzy drink, and Peter Dutton throwing in a referendum nobody asked for. And just when you thought Australian politics couldn't get any more cooked, here we are. Now, before we crack into it, do me a solid, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below. What do you reckon? Does Albo have a shot at standing up to the US, or is this just another political sideshow? And hey, if you're sick of the nonsense, we've got an Albo Says Relax t-shirt on sale, just $23 for the next 48 hours. Links in the description. Alright, let's get into it. So, Malcolm Turnbull's back in the headlines, and this time, it's personal. Donald Trump, yes, that Donald Trump, decided to take a swing at Turnbull, branding him a weak and ineffective leader on social media. And, well, old Mal wasn't having a bar of it. He hit the media circuit harder than a tradie on a Friday arvo, slamming Trump and refusing to be, and I quote, gaslit. Bit late for that, mate, but good on YA for giving it a crack. Turnbull's real gripe? The AUKUS deal. He's called it an absolute disaster, a terrible deal that Australia should never have signed. And look, you don't have to be a defense expert to see his point. Billions of dollars for nuclear subs we won't see for decades? It's like ordering a beer at the pub and getting told it'll be ready in 2050. Mal reckons the whole thing is a dud. And honestly, you can almost hear him thinking, who are these dumb blokes who sign this off? Now, here's where it gets even spicier. While Turnbull is out there roasting AUKUS and refusing to let Trump gaslight him, Peter Dutton has been busy cooking up a referendum. And not just any referendum, a vote to protect Aussies from terrorists and pedophiles. Because apparently, that's a thing now. Now, I don't know about you, but I wasn't aware we had a terrorist pedophile crisis on our hands. But if there's one thing Dutton loves, it's a good old scare campaign. And look, it's election season, so promising a doomed referendum is basically a rite of passage at this point. The real question is, what exactly are we voting on? Do you want more terrorists and pedophiles? What's the alternative? A submarine full of them? Meanwhile, Anthony Albanese has his own American battle to fight. No, not with Trump, though let's be honest, that would be entertaining. This time, it's about tariffs. The US has slapped global tariffs on aluminium and steel, and Albo's response? Buying Australian. That's right, folks. The great trade war of our time will be fought not with diplomacy, not with economic sanctions, but with Bundaberg ginger beer. That's right. Albo's grand plan is for Aussies to support local soft drinks instead of American brands. Forget tanks, forget trade negotiations, this is war through carbonation. If that's not the most Australian response ever, I don't know what is. Now, if you think that's ridiculous, just wait, because that's not even the most absurd international incident this week. An American influencer, because of course it's an influencer, has found herself in hot water after filming herself snatching a baby wombat from its mother. Yeah, you heard that right. She saw a wombat joey, grabbed it off the road, and thought, this will look great on my Instagram story. And Albo? He's called it an outrage. You can't take our wombats without paying a tariff. Mate, you've got to love a prime minister who'll go to war over a soft drink and a marsupial. But honestly, he's got a point. Steal a baby crocodile from its mum and see how that goes for you. Now, back to the real issue, the trade war with the US. Albo's made it clear, friends don't slap tariffs on each other. Friends respect each other. Friends don't make it harder for us to sell aluminium. Which, by the way, is pronounced aluminium, not whatever the hell Americans say. And let's be real, they need our aluminium to build their submarines, their planes, and most importantly, their Tesla Cybertrucks, which are already an engineering catastrophe. So, what can we do? According to Albo, it's simple, buy Australian. Stick it to the Yanks by loading up on local products. No more Coca-Cola, get yourself a Bundy. No more Budweiser, grab a VB. And if you're really feeling patriotic, just wash it all down with some Milo. Now, look, I love a bit of Aussie pride as much as the next bloke, but let's be real. Swapping Pepsi for Parsiona isn't exactly going to bring the US to its knees. Still, it's a nice thought. And at the end of the day, if we are going to be dragged into a global trade war, we might as well have a decent drink in hand. So, where does that leave us? We've got Turnbull reigniting his feud with Trump, Dutton fearmongering his way into a referendum nobody asked for, and Albo waging economic war through soft drink preferences. And honestly, it's just another week in Australian politics. But what do you reckon? Does Albo's plan have any legs, or is this just another PR stunt? Will Dutton's referendum actually go anywhere, or is it destined for the bin? And is Malcolm Turnbull secretly enjoying all this attention? Let me know in the comments. And before you go, don't forget, Albo says relaxed t-shirts are on sale for the next 48 hours. Links in the description. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any of the madness. Stay sharp, stay skeptical, and as always, stay Aussie.